So today we're at Salon Prive, which is held at Salon Park, and we've got a fabulous selection of cars and the Group C Porsche collection. So what we've got is a celebration and the story of the 956 and 962 through the era of Group C. The collection was inspired when I went to a talk that Derek Bell did in the winter of 1982. So I was lucky enough to have the chance to buy the last of the Richard Lloyd team cars. I really wanted a car that Derek had driven. It was really important to me, and with the Lloyd car, it's the 89 and 90 car, so it's quite famous because it's the only car Damon Hill drove. So he drove it at Le Mans in 89 with David Hobbs, and it was then the lead team car for 1990. But I did find that Derek had actually qualified it in one of the races, and they switched to the earlier car for the race. So I ticked the box that I finally got a car that Derek Bell's driven, so that was fantastic.
To drive in the 1980s was just a dream come true, because I really didn't realise what was coming out of Porsche until they turned up with a 956. I realised that's going to be part of the team, and you know, from then on we just won race after race between us. It wasn't always me, it was sometimes Jackie, sometimes Jochen Mass, you know, and so on. But it was just an amazing era to be part of.
Well, we've got a total of 15 cars here, and they've never been seen together before. We're lucky enough to have chassis number 1, 956, and then we've got the evolution of the 956, 962 going through to the 93 spec car, which was the final development. So it's got the story literally from beginning to end. And we've got Derek's dozen, so there's 12 cars here that Derek drove, quite a few of which are pretty significant in the career path. The aerodynamics were a key factor with these cars. So obviously if you think 1981 was right in the middle of the ground effect era of Formula One, the downforce was incredible. And if you chat to people like Derek Bell and the drivers at the time, they could not believe the cornering forces that were being generated. It was a massive quantum leap.
Very stable. I mean, you could drive it with one hand. The thing was, of course, because it had a certain amount of ground effect, you had to be very cautious.
Back in 1981, Peter Schutz, who obviously was heading up Porsche at the time, saw the 924 Carrera GTRs racing at Le Mans and said, well, why are we running for a class win? You know, Porsche's all about winning Le Mans. And then obviously Group C was the opportunity, and I think it was something like 9 or 10 months where he sanctioned the development and evolution of a brand new Porsche race car, endurance race car. And it's actually the first ever Porsche monocoque that they built. So it was so many new factors that came in all in one go. I think it's rewritten the books because everyone says it's the greatest Le Mans car ever.